June 13, 2025. Midnight over the Middle East. In silence, hundreds of Israeli drones cross into Iranian airspace. Within minutes, the night sky above Isfahan glows orange. Natanz and Fordow, Iran's most fortified nuclear facilities, are struck with bunker-busting munitions. The message is unmistakable. Israel will not allow Iran to go nuclear. This surprise assault, codenamed Operation Rising Lion, becomes the most extensive Israeli military campaign in over 50 years. Iran is thrown into chaos. Videos flood social media, mushrooming fireballs over cities, sirens wailing, families fleeing. Tehran blames Israel, but behind closed doors, all eyes turn to Washington. Would the United States endorse the strikes? President Donald Trump, in his second term, issues a brief statement. America stands with its allies, always. Behind those words, war preparations accelerate. U.S. bases across the Gulf are placed on high alert. The Pentagon moves to DEFCON 3. The region braces. June 15th, Iran responds. Dozens of missiles are launched toward Israeli cities. Haifa, Beersheba, Tel Aviv, all under fire. One missile lands near Soroka Hospital, killing civilians. The Iron Dome intercepts many, but Israel bleeds. The retaliation widens. Iranian drones target American military installations in Iraq and Qatar. At Al Udeid Air Base, explosions rock the tarmac. Iran claims U.S. facilities are legitimate targets for enabling Israeli aggression. Across Iran, power grids are attacked by cyber weapons. Tehran slips into partial blackout. Government officials evacuate core sites. Over 300,000 civilians begin fleeing the capital. The fear of a nuclear counterstrike spreads like wildfire. June 21st. America strikes. After days of pressure, President Trump authorizes direct military action. USB. Two bombers hit Fordow, Natanz, and Isfahan with deep penetration bombs. Iranian state media goes dark. A new phase begins. Iran's elite coups force vows revenge. Cyber attacks ripple across western banks and infrastructure. Oil tankers in the Strait of Hormuz are sabotaged. Global markets panic. The price of oil surges overnight. Shipping halts. Panic buying erupts from Mumbai to London. For 12 days, the skies over the Middle East burn. Over 150 Iranian missiles are launched. Over 100 Israeli aircraft strike deep into Iranian territory. The U.S. Navy deploys a full carrier group to the Gulf. Satellite footage shows massive craters where missile silos once stood. But Iran's nuclear program proves more resilient than expected. Despite bombings, intelligence suggests that Fordow and Isfahan may still retain operational capacity. In Israel, air raid sirens wail daily. Civilians live in shelters. Hospitals are overwhelmed. Inside Iran, protests break out, not in support of the war, but against it. Crowds chant not for retaliation, but for peace. Why are we fighting a war we can't win? Police clash with protesters. Dissent spreads. Suspected spies are arrested. The regime tightens its grip. The conflict spills beyond military lines. Oil hits $180 a barrel. Asian and European markets crash. Russia and China blame U.S. aggression, while secretly arming both sides. Saudi Arabia and the UAE plead for de-escalation, fearful their own cities could be next. American soldiers begin dying again in Iraq. Families back home see familiar headlines. Airlifted casualties, drone footage of bombings, flag-draped coffins. For many, it feels like déjà vu. Another endless war looms. June 24th. A ceasefire is announced, brokered quietly through Gulf intermediaries. The United States, Israel, and Iran agree to stop hostilities. Iran declares victory. Israel claims strategic success. The U.S. calls it a necessary intervention, but the cost is immense. Hundreds of civilians are dead. Entire neighborhoods in Tehran and Tel Aviv lie in ruins. U.S. military bases have taken direct hits. Trust between allies is shaken. The public everywhere asks the same question. Was it worth it? In the days that follow, Iran ramps up arrests. Israel begins rebuilding. America turns to damage control. Oil prices slowly drop. But the region is changed. The 12-day war did not spark World War III, but it proved how close the world still is to the edge. The missiles stopped, but the fear did not. Peace, in 2025, is no longer the absence of war. It is a restraint not to start one.